I am doing fine and fighting a migraine one day at a time. But hey, I'm going to fight them and then I'm going to get back up and I'm going to ride that horse. Hello and welcome to my busy little craft table. I just had to share a funny with you. I think it's funny because you know I got a weird sense of humor. But I had to make 2 cards for my 2 sons that are not going to make it home for Christmas so I can send them their Christmas box. So I go to my closet, my craft closet, pull out all my cardstock, get my stacks of, I got these rubber stamps, you know, that you can put all the colored inks on and create cards. I've got this stack. It's piled high and wedged in the middle. I'm like, what is that? Do you know what this is? Can you tell? It is Christmas cookies from last year. No lie. No lie. They were either stuffed under my bed or in this closet for a year because I pulled some stuff out from under my bed when I was cleaning and shoved all of my stamping boxes in this closet just last month. And I did not notice these because they were all piled high. They are thumbprint cookies and there's not a stitch of mold on it. I mean, that's saying something for the Sterilite brand that they were stored in. No, I'm not going to eat them, and no, I won't send them out. But can you? Okay, you will have to share in the comments down below what are some of the craziest things you have found in the spots that you should never have found them that make you laugh. This tops it of all tops for me. Cookies without mold on them. I could send them. My children probably wouldn't eat them, but that is hilarious. So anyway, welcome to my channel. Welcome to my life. I am Michelle, and this is Michelle's Life on Repeat. And apparently, I'm trying to repeat last year's Christmas cookies. It is a fun morning, crazy morning. Let me lift the camera up just a bit here so you don't see all the mess and my head's not topping the top. But woke up this morning to the power being out, which is always kind of romantic. I went downstairs and read a book. Mind you, it was on Kindle, so it wasn't paper, and I still had battery in my Kindle. So it's called The Words We Whisper, and it takes place in France, and then it crosses back over into Virginia, where it goes from past tense in World War II to present tense. And I'm reading that story and enjoying it very much. But we had to make our coffee outside. Well, hubby did. I stayed warm in the blankets, but we had to make our coffee outside on the barbecue, boil the water, bring it inside, and do a pour over coffee. Luckily, I had my coffee grounds ready to go. He had to turn on his car, plug it into the extender thing, and grind his beans. But we had coffee, and then we had a warm fireplace. I still had to wear gloves because it was down to like 35 degrees last night, so it was cold. When I went in my orchid room, it was cold this morning, so I got the doors open, trying to warm up the orchid room, and that is where I will spend the rest of my day, probably watering the orchids, because yesterday I had a full-on raging migraine. It was one of those ones I haven't had in a long time that sends you into the, oh my God, I think I'm going to die zone of life, where your head is ready to fall off, and you just, luckily I'm not home alone, and I call, I text my husband or call him. It's like, I need the ice packs, or I need another pill, or I'm about ready to pass out, and he's Johnny be quick. He's right on it, and he helps me, so I'm thankful. But you know how Facebook feed, if you're on it, will tell you what happened a year ago, or 5 years ago, or 6 years ago on this day? Well, apparently yesterday, last year, sadly, it was the 1-year anniversary of my auntie passing away. And I also woke up that morning with an extremely horrible migraine like the one I woke up with yesterday. And scrolling through Facebook, it showed that December 5th, the year before, I woke up with a raging migraine. So I wonder if it is a thing. December 5th is the day for everyone to get a migraine. I don't know. But I do know that that nerve ablation that I had is helping. It is helping tremendously because all of the migraines that I get are this side. And that is not where they worked on my neck. That should help with this side and behind the eyebrows and eye socket migraines. And when I looked at my Migraine Buddy app, I scrolled it the night before and I said, look, honey, I only had 4 migraines since that nerve ablation. 4, that is it, not 44, but 4, because normally I get 12 to 15 and sometimes sadly 20 days of the month where I have a migraine, and I only had 4. And then at 6 a.m. I woke up with a raging migraine. And I don't believe you can jinx yourself with your words, but I'm beginning to wonder. But anyway, thankfully I had the drug supply on hand. I have a new drug called Ubrevely. I think that's how it's pronounced. You see the commercials on TV with Serena Williams, the tennis player, and she takes the little packet out of her purse because she's in traffic driving. Well, I was prescribed that to try to see if it works better than the Nurtec that I'm taking. So I woke up at 6 a.m., immediately took my Nurtec because I know how that works, and it didn't cut it. So about 3 hours later, I took that Ubrevely, and they say that after 2 hours you can add a second Ubrevely. So at 3 hours I was adding the second one in, plus the painkiller, plus the nausea pill, and something else to help me sleep. And I dove in bed with my ice packs and I slept for 5 or 6 hours and it broke. Whew! Thankful for that. Woke up today to the power out, being cold, reading my book, happy as can be, and no migraine. Thank you, Lord, for that. But I am chuckling here because those cookies just made me laugh. So that was just a quick hello to tell you I'm alive and I am doing fine and fighting a migraine one day at a time. But hey, I'm going to fight them and then I'm going to get back up and I'm going to ride that horse. So if you are suffering today, remember today is not your yesterday and it certainly isn't your tomorrow. So fight today the best that you can, rest today the best that you can, and look forward to a better tomorrow. Until we talk again, I wish you love and peace. Bye-bye.